The sky was overcast the day Evelyn met Lucas for the first time. She had just moved into a small coastal town to escape the noise of her past, hoping to find some peace near the ocean. Her new job at the library was quiet, uneventful, just the way she liked it. Lucas, however, brought color into her gray world. He walked into the library on a rainy afternoon, looking for a book he couldn't find. He smiled awkwardly as he asked her for help. She noticed his soft brown eyes, his crooked smile, the way he pushed his hair back when he was nervous. "I'm looking for a book on constellations," he said. "I'm teaching my niece about the stars." She found the book in a heartbeat. He came back the next day to return it, even though it wasn't due. Then he came again the day after, for a different book, and maybe just to see her. Slowly, their conversations turned from stars to life, from books to dreams. They started meeting at the lighthouse after work. They'd sit by the sea, letting the waves fill the silence between them. Lucas would talk about how he used to be a photographer but gave it up after his brother passed away. Evelyn never pushed him. She understood loss too well. Her younger sister had died in a car accident, and she still carried the weight of guilt. She was driving. One night, under a sky full of stars, Lucas touched her hand and whispered, "Do you believe broken people can love again?" Evelyn nodded. Only broken people know how deep love really goes. And just like that, they became each other's safe place. Months passed. The town knew them as inseparable. They danced in the rain, made breakfast together, and left notes in each other's coat pockets. For the first time in years, Evelyn felt alive. Lucas captured her smile in his photographs again and again, telling her, "You remind me of light, the kind that finds you when you think it's gone." But happiness, she learned, sometimes comes with a ticking clock. Lucas had been hiding something. He had a heart condition, one that had gotten worse over time. He hadn't told her, too afraid she'd leave, too in love to risk the silence that would follow. But one morning, he collapsed while making coffee. Evelyn rushed him to the hospital, her heart cracking with every mile. He survived, barely. The doctor's words were clear: Lucas needed a transplant. And there was no telling when, or if, it would come. They spent more time by the lighthouse after that. He started writing letters. "Just in case," he said with a weak smile. Evelyn never gave up. She read to him when he was too tired to talk. She held his hand through the pain, kissed his forehead when he couldn't sleep. One evening, the sky painted itself in soft pinks and purples. Lucas turned to her and said, "If this is all the time I get, I'm glad it was with you." She kissed him, tears falling freely. "You promised me forever." "I did," he whispered. "And I meant every second of it." Lucas passed away a week later, in his sleep, holding her hand. The town mourned. Evelyn disappeared for a while. The library felt empty, the lighthouse too quiet. But one day, she returned, with a notebook of his letters, a camera slung around her neck, and a fire in her eyes. She started a photography exhibit, filled with Lucas's pictures and her own. She told their story through frames and words, letting the world see what love looked like in its purest, most fragile form. Years later, people still talk about the woman who walks the beach alone every evening, staring at the stars. They say she whispers to them sometimes. And if you ask her why, she'll smile softly and say, "Because love doesn't end when someone's gone. It echoes."